chill down my spine. Sugar Creek, Georgia, located in the southern part of the state, is a small town more famous for sweet tea and southern charm than murder, so it was no wonder that her death had caused a stir. I pulled my attention-grabbing red 1948 Buick convertible up in front of the huge house. Needless to say, most people in town knew me because of my car. The shiny chrome, red and tan leather interior, and tan top were designed to stand out in a crowd. I couldn't own a vintage clothing store and not drive a classic set of wheels. After shoving the gear shift into neutral and setting the parking brake, I paused to take in the view. Sunrise had brought the first faint colors of day. The entire property was surrounded by immaculately trimmed hedges, and a large, ornately carved fountain bubbled in front. The massive stone steps welcomed visitors to the double oak doors. The outside of the home was white brick, with black shutters on the sides of simply too many windows to count. The circular driveway allowed visitors to pull right up to the door. Entering the house, I was thrilled to see the inside was just as extravagant as the outside. A majestic Victorian staircase swept down to greet me as I walked across the marble floor in the foyer. Intricate moldings edged the ceiling. A petite, gray-haired woman stood sentinel in the entranceway. She acknowledged me with a large smile. I reached out to shake her hand, surprised I didn't recognize her face. Sugar Creek is a small place, and that's putting it mildly. "My name is Cookie Chanel from It's Vintage, y'all. I'm here for the clothing sale. Can you show me where to find it?" My mother had named me Cassandra, but from an early age, my granny called me Cookie because of her love for fashion and because it fit so well with Chanel. Of course, that name stuck, and everyone knows me as Cookie. The woman looked me up and down through her cat-eye glasses, then pointed to my right. "They're really picking through that stuff in there. You'd better hurry if you want any good pieces." By the look of the house, I assumed it was all good stuff, though I did have a few items at the top of my wish list. It had taken me several years to train my eye to spot the difference between genuine vintage and knockoff retro. A strong knowledge of fabrics helped me, too. Different types had been invented in specific years. My jaw just about hit the floor when I entered the living room. So many items were piled up that my eyes had a hard time taking it all in. Clothing, bags, shoes, jewelry, books, and trinkets covered the racks and metal folding tables used for the sale. It was like the time my parents had taken me to Disney World, and I hadn't known which ride to take first. Which rack to start with? My wonder was tempered by the disappointment of finding the room explored by over a dozen people. Usually estate sales are kind of a niche event. Clawing through a dead person's belongings is inherently creepy, no denying it. But in Charlotte Meadows' case, I should have expected a crowd. Her magnificent home was famous in the region, and most people probably just wanted to catch a glimpse inside. The gruesome gossip surrounding her death only fueled the mass curiosity. Sure, it was a beautiful home, but I was just after the clothing and accessories. Rumor had it that Charlotte, who'd been a fashionista in the truest sense of the word, owned a rare Chanel white felt chapeau adorned with a silk black flower pin. I'd have given up my entire collection of Trigère to get my hands on that hat. Other than that, I was keeping an open mind about what I expected to find. The secret was getting to the best stuff first, and it looked like I'd already failed. I made my way through the crowd, stopping short when I neared the most enticing rack of clothing. A middle-aged woman stood next to a small table with her arms held stiff and straight down at her sides. Her ebony eyes sparked with frustration as she stared my way. Her gaze pinned me, holding me frozen in place. She was impeccably dressed in a white Dior pantsuit, leopard print heels, and chunky gold jewelry. Her shiny, chin-length mahogany-colored hair looked as if she'd just left a salon. Her outfit must have cost a small fortune. I recognized those leopard print heels from last month's Vogue cover. Something about the woman was vaguely familiar, but I couldn't place her right away. Maybe she'd been in my shop. Judging by that outfit, I was sure she was after the best clothing, too.